Good morning, everyone. We are at the gym. Just got finished up with work for the day, showered up, got everything taken care of. Now we are here at the gym. We are about to hit a chest and shoulders day. I am pretty heavily exhausted, I will be honest. Not a lot on the factor of sleep last night, and kind of dragged through my day of work today, but I feel this need to keep going. I feel this need to get this done for the day, and then I can feel complete and I can relax and finally go to sleep. So we're gonna go to the gym, we're gonna get this done. Got the pre-workout going, Hyde's Signature as usual with Gatorade powder in. It's gonna be relatively simple chest day. I think I'm gonna narrow down my movements a little bit, and I think I might kind of just stick with one movement for chest and just hit a good 5 to 8 sets on that, and then move on to shoulders and do whatever I do there. I feel like my chest days can tend to be a little overcomplicated. A lot of people's can. You feel like you need to hit all these different exercises to activate the chest in different ways. I've felt that certain exercises have hit my chest super well, but then I feel this need to move on to a different exercise because of I don't know what, and then I kind of lose that. I lose that, that touch. I lose that feeling like I'm really getting the pump I want. I'm getting that activation I was getting on the last exercise. But then I almost feel weird if I go back to it, So we're gonna keep it simple. I think I'm going to do just cable chest flies. I might do some variation in the direction of them a little bit between set, from set to set, but we're gonna stick with just those. Then we're gonna move on to shoulders, do kind of our normal routine there. But I'm gonna stop yapping too much about it. We're gonna go ahead and get into the gym. I'm gonna stop yapping about it. We're gonna finish drinking this, and I'm gonna get in there, and we're gonna get doing this before I fall the fuck asleep. Alright, y'all, we're in here. We are about to hit some cable chest flies to start off with, and we'll see what happens from there. Alright, warm up set there. Put 17.5 on each side. We'll bump it up. We'll try 37.5. See what that feels like. Already feeling super good activation there. I mean, usually with those cable flies, it only takes one set before I'm already feeling the pump all the way through here. Other movements, it can be a little finicky, but those, just always work, so. Jumping into the first working set here. We'll see how this feels. So I think that's the heaviest I've ever done those. Definitely felt heavier than I've ever done before. Honestly felt good. Finally getting to the point with that movement where I feel comfortable enough with it that I can load up weight and not worry about injury or feel like I'm gonna pull something. Let's drop down one notch from there just so we can make sure we're getting full amount of reps and really keeping the form intact. Already feeling a nasty pump coming on, dude. It takes no time at all. Ever since I started with that nitric oxide booster, the pumps come on like stat. You know, pre-workout before I used to kind of do it, but once I started taking that, each workout since I've started taking it, the pump has felt like so hyper fast on the first set. It's there. All right, let's get into working set number 2. Drop the weight down to 32.5 on each side. See if we can get a couple more reps on that set, get a little better form. Alrighty, we moved the handles down a couple notches. Now this is going to be more of a low to high movement. Not exactly like a front raise. When I come together, you'll see the chest rise up into the upper chest. I think we'll keep it simple here with these flies for today, and we'll just kind of do the variations of up and down. So this will be my first set trying it like that. I just did a couple feeler reps, felt super good, so we'll put a little weight on and see how it feels. Put 27.5 on each side of the stack, we'll see how that goes. Definitely feel I'm a little weak on that movement. I haven't done them like that before, but the contraction was crazy. Definitely through the upper chest. Can definitely feel it. You know, for all of these reps, I'm kind of trying to, especially with the necklace on, it's easy to feel like you're trying to squeeze right here. You know, it's hard if you don't have a lot of chest development yet, but as soon as you start getting that split and really seeing that definition, when you do your chest movements, you can see the contraction and you can feel the squeeze through the middle here. The lighting through these windows is fucking crazy. I can already see nasty pump going on. Jump into working set 2 of these upper flies and see how that feels. Drop the weight down to 22.5. Really trying to push stealth failure without the form breaking down so much. With the cables, I mean, really, you've got to focus yourself a lot on making sure the path stays the same. So when you start to get to the point of failure, it's easy to lose your form. All right, let's hit 2 more working sets like that, and then we'll move on to shoulders from there. last set on this, we moved the handles back up to the original position. We're gonna do our last set in the normal style. We'll call that there. We'll move on to something for shoulders next. Alrighty, looks like we're going to post up on the hammer strength shoulder press machine. This one's an odd one for me. Never had one of these in the gym before until I started here. Feels really good. It's kind of an odd movement path to get used to the first couple times you do it, but once you do it, the front delt activation you feel is phenomenal. So I'm gonna go ahead on a few sets of these and we'll see what's up from there. So I gotta say, the lighting has been looking super posted up right here with the backlight behind. The definition right here is kind of crazy. Big fan of that. Alright. Put one plate on either side. Start off with that, we'll see how that goes. Alright, that felt pretty good. First few reps, I felt like I was fighting my triceps. They were trying to take over more. I had to really focus on not bending the elbow joint and really focus on pulling with this up. But those feel good. We'll do a couple more sets of those. Alrighty, into working set number 2. Same weight, we'll see how that goes. Okay, started off with the grip here, ended up moving to about here. It feels better when I start a little wider. I feel like if it's too close, it doesn't feel right. Let me see if I can't put a 25 and a 10 on each side, make it a 35 on either side, and we'll do another set like that. Front delts are already looking super pumped. It's kind of freaky when you just get the front going before anything else. From the front, you kind of have to, without the width, it's kind of a weird look. Alright, we've got a 25 and a 10 on either side, so that would make a 35 plate if you're adept at math. We're gonna try a set like that, see how that feels. Nothing to it but to do. Let's slide these 10s off. We got one more set like that, we'll move on to side delts. Post it up. Oh my god. Oh, traps, never heard of her. Holy shit. I've never looked at Freaky in my life. That's cool. Alright, slid those 10s off. I'm gonna take another couple seconds to breathe, and then we're gonna hit another set and see how that feels. Dude, I look fucking insane. Oh my god. Whose man's is this? Alright. I shouldn't be allowed to have a camera, man. All I do is flex the whole time. Alright, let's hit this set. We'll move on to side delts. So, come here. Kind of an odd thing. When at the end of that set there, as I was kind of failing, I put my head forward. And when I did that, I felt more on my side delt and front delt. But when I tilt my head back, then I really feel like that just the front delt's engaging. So, something to keep in mind for the future. Not sure how that applies, but good to know. These are things you learn on your own in the gym. You can watch as many videos as you want about some science-based, optimal, blah, blah, blah. But there's certain things that you will only understand about your body and the way you work out from just yourself and feeling it for yourself. So remember to get off the tutorials and just get in the gym and do it. Alright, on to the tried and true, the classic, the never beaten lateral raises, dumbbell style. We'll hit a couple feeler reps to warm up and then we'll get into it. That was a little more than feeler reps. Kind of almost went into just a straight working set there. But we're gonna, for the legitimate working sets, we're gonna go up a weight and then we're gonna keep a light set of dumbbells here. If you saw my last one, do the heavy weight till about failure, and then we do the light up and hold and do a slow release as much as we can. Let's get to it. We've acquired a set of 25s and a set of 15s. Let's get this. cardio. What the fuck? That was too many reps. I mean, I'm all for going hard, but I should not be out of breath after a set of lateral raises. That was kind of crazy. I do not know how to act with a shoulder pump, dude. Something's so fucking bossed up about that. God damn. Alright. Let's rip a straight set of these 25s. Go till absolute failure. No drop set. Went ahead and turned the exposure down for this last set. See if we're gonna get into a little freakier. And yeah, do the last set here, and then we'll move on to something for rear delts, and we'll finish her up. That feels like shit. Alright, we're gonna hit a little bit of a weird pump check here. That window behind me is creating some weird ass lighting. My phone's exposure keeps like trying to adjust to it. I don't think I can get some really cool like dark silhouette shots, so we'll do the pump check here and we'll see what that looks like. Alright, that was kind of freaky. Let's find some more normal lighting. Okay, there we go. Alright, not too crazy. Rip the shirt off for a quick clip, and then we'll get out of here. Alright, so I heard someone about to come out of the tanning room right next to me, and I didn't want to be standing there with my shirt off as somebody walked out, so we're gonna finish this up in here. It's fucking nuts. Something about a chest pump that makes this look so much fucking cooler. So we bring you up and then tilt you down. There we go. Fucking nuts. Someone commented on one of my TikToks trying to tell me how to do the back double bind pose better, so we're gonna follow that real quick and see if it looks better. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Still need to work more on my posing and conditioning. Hard for me to really get a consistent pose each time. Sometimes it looks great, sometimes it looks eh. Let's get done with this. Let's change some clothes and we'll talk in the car. All right, y'all. That was an odd workout to say the least. Got a super great pump. Feeling a little loose in the head, a little out of it. I'm tired as shit, dude. I didn't sleep for shit last night, and the pre-workout got me back up. I'm sure you could tell partially through the workout I kind of awoken and I got a little more pep in my step, but at what cost? I feel a little woozy. I feel like getting a little extra silly, one might say. God, that was probably the corniest thing I've ever said. All right, let's tone that down. Let's talk about the workout. That was super good. Got a really good pump. Those cable flies felt super good. I feel nothing bad about using those cable flies as my entire chest day. It's good to vary the movements a little bit, good to change it up, but if it's not broke, don't fix it. Those cable flies always give me the craziest pump. Always feel super good activation, contraction, all the way from split to the connection inside here. So, if an exercise feels that good consistently, obviously it makes sense that you should do it. So, I'm gonna stick with that. Super duper good. Count how many times I say super. It's a fucking problem. And every one of these videos, I'd be sitting here saying, that was super this, that was super that. It's kind of ridiculous. I got to get a hold of myself. I got to stop saying super. That was a really good pump. Really happy with it. The ab definition and the pump check was not expected. And I really mean not expected. I've been hitting abs with some extra intensity the last couple days, and it has paid off. Like, ridiculously, it has paid off. I've never seen this type of abs on myself, and I think I'm even a little fluffier than I was a little while ago in the cut. I've been cheating off my diet a little more. I've been kind of eating at maintenance calories for the last week or so, which I think maybe is just helping promote some extra muscle growth, helping keep everything full, so I'm looking really good, but I'm not losing any more fat. So this next week I might kind of go peasant mode and really kind of eat just the bare bones and try to trim off a little fat. Because once the bulk's in session, it's in session. And any fat we have on us is getting multiplied over the course of it. So we'll see how that goes. Not much more there. It was a great workout. I felt super tired, and either way I pushed through, which I'm really glad I did. That was a great workout, great pump. I thought I couldn't do it, and I forced myself here, did it anyways, felt good. Not going to get on too longer about that. I think that was a pretty whole video for you guys there, so we'll leave it at what it is. And let's head home, get some protein in the system, and get some rest. I need to sleep. Yeah, on a serious note, I need to sleep like I'm dead. So we are going to do that. You guys have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everybody that does watch these videos. I understand that my content isn't necessarily the most entertaining for everybody all the time, but it's what I like to do. It's my thing. I'm working on it. I'm getting better at it. And this is what I love to do. This, going to the gym, doing what I do here, this is what I love, and I love being able to actually share that and display that in a way that I hope people can receive and understand and enjoy. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, and have a great night.